Hello, Mark Duty here again, and boy, She-Hulk episode 8. It's not a good episode, but it's a better episode. Make that what you will. Anyway, so the first thing is, right, it goes into previously on the She-Hulk.
Previously on my show.
And we seem to see nothing but the flaws of the entire series. They seem to have done a montage of previously everything wrong with She-Hulk. Okay. So we cut to the first scene of some robbers that are stealing some TVs from a supermarket or Walmart or whatever it is, right? And in bursts the frog. He rushes past the two robbers, jumps on top of the van, and is like, "You didn't think about the guard frog."
The store might be closed, but you forgot about the guard frog.
And the robbers laugh at him, saying, "The guard frog?" And he was like, "Well, my name is the leapfrog." And it's like, right, okay, trying to do some kind of mockery there, but yeah, just doesn't land whatsoever. It then cuts to the She-Hulk, where she's like, "You announced yourself as guard frog."
Announced yourself as a guard frog.
Yeah, but my name is Leapfrog.
Yes, that has been noted several times, Miss.
And he's like, "No, I'm called the leapfrog." And she's like, "Yeah, I know, you've told me several times." Ugh. So, again, it's another white guy. We've got to make him look stupid as possible because, you know, it's She-Hulk and it's the MCU. Men are stupid.
Tell you? Cool. So,
Especially white men. Or able-bodied white men. So he says, you know, my suit's defective. So Leapfrog then goes on about how he was surrounded by all these big men, these huge men, and they surrounded him. And basically it shows like where he like kicks them in the toe, stubs their toe, and they basically walk up to him, punch him in the face.
Twisting toe jam!
Although I was outnumbered, I could tell that they were.
So he goes, "Oh, I do my super catchphrase, rip it and ribbit," and activates his jetpacks that are on his feet. He goes up in the air. His jetpack blows up on his legs and sets his legs on fire. And she's like, "Yep, you've got a case here."
well, this does seem to be a pretty clear case of manufacturer's defect, negligence, strict liability, and breach of warranty.
Yes?
I do believe you are owed compensatory damages.
You know, manufacturer's liability and all that, and warranty and all this, right? So first of all, didn't ask, you know, anything about the suit itself. Didn't ask if there was any contracts or written information. Didn't ask to see the manufacturer's instructions or anything. You know, this will come in later. Lawyer of the Year, folks.
You didn't tell me you were nominated for Female Lawyer of the Year?
So then asks about, well, who made it? And he's like, Jacob. So it's the tailor man that made She-Hulk's suit, or we don't know. There's no consistency with how many suits or anything that he's making her. But anyway, so she agrees that she's gonna deal with this. And basically then cuts into Holloway's office and she's like, "Nope, I can't do this. It's conflict of interest." So on and so forth. She's begging for someone else to do it. And Holloway's like, "Nah, it'll be fine. You do it." You know, he's got rich parents. They pay into the firm because, you know, he's a white man. He's stupid. So it means he's got rich parents. Why not? Seems to be a theme with this show so far. She's more bothered that he's the one that makes her clothes, and she's just thinking about herself.
Jacobson is the only tailor I can go to because of my unique physique. Because I like my nice clothes and I don't want to piss him off.
Also, he's making me a dress for the gala.
Not thinking about anything else, just, he makes my clothes. What about this? What about that? I need my clothes. Oh no, not my clothes. So she goes to the tailor man. And he's like, "I'm here with unpleasant business." And she lays into him and says, oh, you made a defective suit. And he's like, I don't make defective suits. Everything I make is perfect. So there is any kind of discussion about, right, the suit's defective. He didn't ask how was it defective. She didn't say, you know, would there have been any issues or anything like that. No kind of investigation work whatsoever. And basically they have an argument and he calls her a greasy buffalo, which made me laugh.
Hey, I prepaid for that!
Then you shouldn't have betrayed me, you greasy old buffalo. You are blocked.
And basically she leaves and says, right, I'm gonna see you in court. So we cut straight to the court scene. There's no sense of time in this. So they're sat there and says, you know, she looks over at Taylor Man, his lawyer's not turned up or his attorney's not turned up. She looks at the Frog Man and is like, yo, Frog Man, prepare to spend your money. And then it cuts to like, you know, the judge is like, says to the Taylor Man, where's your attorney? Who's representing you? And the Taylor Man looks at She-Hulk and says, I'm not representing myself. I'm not stupid. So anyway, after that, in comes Matt Murdock. In comes Daredevil. And he's like, I'm representing him. Sorry I'm late. You know, drops a blind joke and says, you know, I couldn't find any parking.
I'm here. Apologies for the tardiness, Your Honor. I had trouble finding parking. I'm just kidding. My driver got lost.
You know what I mean? He's like, well, in all seriousness, me and my driver got lost. It's fair enough. The only decent person in this show. Matt Murdock straight away goes, right, I want you to drop the client list. These are superhero clients. There needs to be anonymity because, you know, we can't look at what's going on. We can't look at who's got what. And it's all hush-hush because they're superheroes. They have secret identities. And She-Hulk's like, what an asshole.
Point of order, I'd like to ask that the opposing counsel's motion to compel production of the defendant's client list be rejected, as it's not relevant to the litigation.
Who's this asshole?
I need to see the list because I need to see if there's any other clients that have got faulty superhero costumes. And Daredevil, again, Matt Murdock, completely wipes the floor with it and is like, well, the Sokovia Accords have been repealed. She can't get this information.
May I remind you that the Sokovia Accords have been repealed?
Surely She-Hulk, who's a lawyer, would know about this because she's the superhero law firm division. And, you know, why not? She doesn't seem to know any law. But anyway, Matt Murdock goes and absolutely demolishes anything that She-Hulk has to, you know, has any kind of comeback with trying to get this information. And, you know, you can tell who the real lawyer is here. I don't know how they could write that Matt Murdock is a decent lawyer and yet can't with She-Hulk. I don't know. It's like, what? So anyway, he rambles on about, you know, life's at stake. We can't disclose people's identities like this. This will put their lives in danger. Intelligence. We've got a bit of intelligence in this show. Oh. So then, you know, he can smell jet fuel because Leapfrog brings out his suit. He's like, oh, look at me suit. And basically, Daredevil smells that, you know, he's used the wrong fuel.
So how am I supposed to wear this?
Mr. Patilio, what kind of fuel did you use in your boosters?
And basically, Daredevil then says, what fuel did you use? And the Frog's like, yeah, I used rocket fuel. And She-Hulk's like, oh, why didn't you tell me?
What?
The Taylor Man goes, well, in my instructions, it says not to use jet fuel. It says use this fuel. But of course, She-Hulk, being the worst attorney in the planet, has decided to say, all right then, that's fine. You know, we've got a case without actually checking the manufacturing report, without checking any information that's clearly there, but yet, because she's so stupid, and can't be a lawyer and is Lawyer of the Year for some reason nobody knows.
You didn't tell me you were nominated for Female Lawyer of the Year?
More on that later. And basically, you know, the tale has been absolved. That simple, that quick. Matt Murdock, within seconds, completely demolishes her entire case because she doesn't do any legwork. None of the times that she's been in the court has she done any legwork. It's always, you know, Wong, bring someone who can verify this, and just teleports a drunk into the studio, into the courtroom. And basically, you know, everything's off the cuff. What work does this woman do? I don't know. She just seems to get drunk all the time. And then basically turns around and says, oh, Leapfrog goes, oh, I'm not going to go to jail, am I?
Am I gonna go to jail?
No, but I would like you to.
And basically She-Hulk's like, no, I would like you to go to jail. Why? Because you didn't do your job. You're incompetent. You've been shown several times in several episodes, well, all the episodes, how incompetent you are. But yeah, it's this idiot white guy's fault that she's incompetent. She's just absolutely negligent with everything she does. So the tailor man goes to leave the courtroom and she's there begging, oh, you're still going to do my clothes, right? There's going to be no problems here. And I'm going to say this, right? The CGI in this episode looks not excellent, but it's better than the previous episodes. And I think the only reason they've done that is because obviously Daredevil's in this episode. And people might actually watch this episode. So we need to make this look half decent. Or, because we know that the entire She-Hulk series has been reshot. So has this episode alone been the only good episode that they kept in? Because obviously with the reshoots it would have cost more money and they lowered the budget. So again, has this been the only episode where it was good enough to be on TV? It's still not brilliant, but it's good enough to be on TV that they haven't had to reshoot it, and that's why it looks half decent with the CGI, possibly. So we then cut to the scene where Jen's at the bar getting drunk. By this point, we realise that Jen is a raging alcoholic because that's all she seems to be doing. If she's not at work, not doing a job, then she's in the bar drinking. So the bartender gives her an apple martini, and he was like, this is from the guy over there. So then Matt Murdock, Daredevil, joins her. And she was like, well, how did you know? Well, the fact that, you know... So she says, my client's dumb.
Yeah, can you blame me? You came out of nowhere and you made my dumb client admit to being even dumber than I thought he was in court.
And you made him look even dumber. No, She-Hulk. No, Jen. He made you look dumb when, you know, you're just dumber because you're shit and you can't do your job. You're absolutely useless, and this is proven the fact. And they're mocking the Leapfrog man and saying, you know, why is he doing this? And basically they're like, well, he's got rich parents. He's got nothing else to do. You know what I mean? And to me, that's a bit of a mockery on Iron Man. You know what I mean? But anyway. Then there's a bit of a chat between Matt Murdock and She-Hulk, saying, you know, Matt Murdock takes on pro bono lawsuits. He only takes on rich people or rich clients when he needs to pay the bills and things like that, right? And She-Hulk's like, well, I can only take on rich people because I don't have time to do that. Maybe if you give up drinking, maybe if you actually did your job properly, you would have time to do both. But we only see that your entire time in your series, the only thing that you have done is, what, 2 court cases, get drunk and go on dates. So you're proving the fact that you're negligent to your own job because you'd rather spend it getting drunk and going out on dates and doing everything about you, as opposed to not helping poor people, helping the innocent. This is a massive difference between the character of Daredevil, a male lawyer who's also a superhero, and She-Hulk, a female lawyer and is also a superhero. You can tell the difference completely. Matt Murdock is brilliant at his job. Jennifer Walters is shockingly bad at her job. Daredevil finds time to do both a lawyer firm, help poor people and rich people, and be a superhero at the same time. She-Hulk can't seem to be a decent lawyer, can't seem to do her own job, and is a pointless superhero. Everything wrong with this TV series has just been pointed out by Daredevil within the first couple of minutes of him being in the show. So, Matt Murdock then proceeds to give a bit of a life lessons of being a lawyer and being able to do multiple things. He gets a phone call, he walks out of shot, Jen looks at the camera, and it's horror mode activated.
We're all feeling this, right? It's not just me.
She's like, you know, I'm getting a bit moist. You know what I mean? I'm liking this. Oh, it's coming. We all know it's coming. Oh no. So horror mode activated. She's getting moist. And she's like, are we all feeling it? No, we're not. We don't want to feel it. So Todd messages her, right? And says, I need a bit of help with something. I've got an issue. Then Matt Murdock returns and says, and Jen's like, should we get another drink? Because she's getting moist. There's no chips involved with this one, no fries. So questions are answered here, consistency. But anyway, oh, who cares? Matt Murdock's like, no, I don't want another drink. I've got a bit of business to go and attend to. So he leaves. Jen's like, well, yeah, I've got business too. So Matt Murdock leaves and another message comes through and it's Todd again saying, I thought this was a 24/7 hotline. You're supposed to answer me 24/7. Now surely there's a 24-hour hotline if this is a lawyer firm that's 24/7. Superheroes are 24/7, granted, but surely there's like an overnight receptionist, a 24-hour call center. Surely, but no. Anyway, because he threatens to grass her up to her boss that she's shit at her job, which we already know this, cuts to her meeting Todd at a fancy restaurant. And basically he's bought a Wakandan spear.
Wakandan war spear.
And this gets stupid now. She's like, I bought it for $1 million.
$1 million.
I mean, this guy is emanating homosexuality. Why would he want to date Jen? Don't know. Let's just move on. So, there's more emphasis on $1 million. I bought this for $1 million because he thinks that because he's got money, she'll sleep with him. You've got it all wrong, mate. You ain't bought her a plate of fries. That's the issue, pal. You ain't bought her the plate of fries and said, let's talk about you. But anyway, he then pulls out a photo of him standing naked. I'm presuming like a Wakandan, with like just a tribal thing around his junk, holding a spear, right?
So, I mean, you gotta see it, right? So here it is, check this out. Boom, how cool is that?
This is where it gets really racist now. I'm surprised they didn't put face paint on him. You know what I mean? Or had a video of him jigging around a campfire. Because as soon as I said this, I was like, are you serious? This is a bit racist, isn't it? You know what I mean? And then he shouts, Wakanda forever, doing the shoulder bash.
Really?
Wakanda forever!
Oh,
And I'm like, oh, how racist is this? And then he goes to say this, right? This is how stupid this show is. So the Wakandans want the spear back because they said it was stolen by colonizers.
They want it back because apparently it was stolen by colonizers, but...
Wakanda, a secret hidden city that's only just been revealed, right? when the hell has this place ever been taken over by colonizers? So basically, you know, not only are we being racist by making a white man dress like a Wakandan with a spear, right? We're now trying to put in racism about slavery. It doesn't work. It doesn't work at all. Go and watch The Woman King. You'll find out why. But anyway, so colonizers, Wakanda's never been colonized by people. And basically, let's think about this. Wakanda was not exactly diverse. You know what I mean? It's not exactly white people there, is there? There's only black people. So there's no diversity and inclusion in Wakanda. So there's no white people. So who colonized it? Questions are asked. Don't forget, She-Hulk, this is canon. So somehow, in the timeline of Wakanda, it's been colonized. So again, absolutely stupid. So he's complaining that they want it back. So surely they would have known that the auction place that he bought this from had the Wakanda spear. The auction surely would have vetted where this item came from and vetted that it was legit in order to be sold at this auction, that it was true, right? So there would have been communication between someone who was a Wakanda specialist, or even they went to someone in Wakanda themselves to verify this. But we're going to ignore that. And basically, now that Todd has bought this spear, they want it off him. They probably want it off him because he's being racist with it. But again, don't think about it. It doesn't make sense. We're just going to make some bullshit up and expect nobody to think twice about it. It is Disney after all. So then he tries to do a bit of seductive talk to her. And this is where it gets stupid again. She gets up to leave and slams him with the table.
Oh, no!
So she assaults her client. She assaulted him. Crushed him with the table. But it's fine. Don't worry about it. It's a white man. It's fine. So she leaves. So then Jen arrives at home. She collapses on the sofa. The phone rings and it's Leapfrog Man saying, "I'm being attacked." She goes, "Are you being attacked physically or by
Legally or physically?
legality?" And he goes, "Physically." So why are you ringing your lawyer? Why are you not ringing the police? Don't worry about that. Let's gloss over that because we're shit at writing. So he's like, "I don't know, I think they're trying to kill me, so they're trying to attack me physically." And Jen's like, "Don't worry, I'll be there. I've got an idea. I'm going to listen to Matt Murdock. I'm going to become a superhero for this episode." So it then cuts to the scene where Leapfrog drives into Jen. Daredevil is flung off the car. Leapfrog moans, "Ah, my car."
My car!
So now we've got destruction of public property. Again, her lawyer skills are not very good. We have the big reveal of Jen's suit and Daredevil's suit. Daredevil looks a bit shit. Jen looks like a high school cheerleader.
And I will do my thing.
That's what a suit looks like. So we've been waiting for the reveal of this suit, even though we see it in the trailers, so it's not much of a reveal. So Disney, next time you do a trailer, try not to put all, your big reveal in your trailers, then it won't be such a big reveal. But moving on, we have the big reveal that we've been waiting to see, this suit. Here it is. She looks like a cheerleader. So she goes, "I'm gonna knock you out." And he's like, "Nah." She then smashes the ground, destroys the parking lot roof.
With my client! 'Cause now I'm gonna whoop your ass.
And he flips back onto a car, and sorry, then she says, I'm gonna knock you out. And he's like, all right, whatever. And he jumps off, does a superhero landing. Because he's the superhero, she ain't. So then she chases him. She picks up a random car. Again, destruction of public property. She throws his car at him. You're a lawyer, Jen. Come on, you should be thinking about this. But she isn't, because why? Why not? So now she's destroyed a parking lot roof. She's destroyed several cars by this point. She then does a big clap, and basically Daredevil's thrown across the room, across the street, hits into a car, and because he's deafened, he's lost his senses. She's run up to him, grips him, rips his mask off, and he's like, Matt Murdock, and puts him down. She's like, what are you doing here? And he's like, he's kidnapped a client. So Jen is now helping the villains because she's dumb. She asks no questions to anybody what's going on. She just moves into position, destroys everything, and then asks questions later. Oh, why? So then they have a bit of a discussion, and it's like, why are you doing this? He's kidnapped my client. And there's a little discussion about, well, Matt Murdock straight away says to it, this is destruction of public property.
Okay. Well, if you're done making fun, I need to save my client from your client.
Okay, yeah, let's go.
You ever destroyed a parking lot before?
Oh, crap. I'll go leave a note.
She finally understands, oh, I'm going to go and leave a note. How are you going to pay for the rebuilding of parking lot and several cars? So surely you have money. So surely you must be getting paid something. So, you must be getting the big bucks. And surely there's got to be questions answered as to why she couldn't find a tailor, other than the secret tailor that everybody seems to know. So anyway, it's like, she goes, I know where he'll be. He'll be at the lily pad, the so secretive, super duper hideout. So they turn up to the lily pad.
Subtle.
And on top of the lily pad, here's a giant neon sign saying lily pad. And she's like, subtle. Of course, because this is what people do. Christ. So Leapfrog is kidnapped the tailor man to make him a new suit. Why, don't know. Probably so this time it has a jetpack that can use jet fuel or something. Don't know. Don't think about this. It just seems to make out that male superheroes are just dumb. So then they're on the roof. Daredevil then schools her on how to be a superhero. Right. Let's think back to episode 1. Bruce Banner, the actual Hulk, who's the most closest resemblance to She-Hulk. He's just the male version of it, right? Who tried to school her on how to be a superhero. He tried to help her, give her information and what her life is gonna be now. Do you know what she did? Nah, I can do it better. I don't need you, right? Had no care in the world, didn't listen to him.
I'm not gonna be a superhero.
What else you gonna do as a Hulk?
Work.
But now, because she wants to get in Matt Murdock's pants and she's dripping wet, she's gonna listen to Matt Murdock's advice. Of course. So he tells her the difference between goons and henchmen and basically says, right, there's so many people in here, I can hear their heartbeats. And do you know what she says? Oh, how cliche. No, not how cliche. Oh, that's a bit far-fetched, isn't it?
You can hear their heartbeats? Come on, that's a little far-fetched.
Bearing in mind this is his superpower. He has excellent hearing to the point that he can hear heartbeats, and he has a bit of like sonar, like a bat. You know what I mean? Because obviously they can't say it's sonar because obviously Batman, and there'll be conflicts and lawsuits there. But you know, he's got special means so he can see, right?
I have a spatial method that I use to see.
Oh, like echolocation.
So he says, right, I'm going to go in stealthily. I'm going to take so many guards out, right? After so long, I want you to come in. And Jen's like, I just do Hulk smash. Hulk smash. Yeah. And he's like, no, that's a bit silly, really. I'm the superhero here. I'm the only one that's done any superheroing. Listen to me. And she's like, I'm the one with the superpowers. Right? We've just established that Daredevil has super hearing so he can see people. That's a superpower.
I have a spatial method that I use to see.
But anyway, Jen says, well, I'm better, I'm invincible and super duper. And he's like, just wait. So he goes in, we have a bit of a fight scene. All the men are armed with crossbows, I don't know why. So earlier in the series, a normal gang of people had construction worker as guardian tools. But then we go to Leapfrog has rich parents, so he obviously must be spending their money. And all of his henchmen have crossbows. Why? I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, so there's a fight scene, and this one's choreographed brilliantly. Not like Mambo, where she flips him in the air and somehow he manages to spin around, or just a punch to Titania or whatever. Nah, this is filmed properly. So then he beats them all, and there's a guy on the radio, and he's like, right, I'm sending reinforcements, right? So a bunch of guys turn up. Daredevil's dealt with the first group. He's turning around. He's seen them all pull up. They start to charge at him. He's getting ready. She-Hulk drops in and just wipes them out straight away.
She-Hulk smash.
All right. Moving on. So they enter the main chamber. Right. They enter the main chamber. She picks up a vintage machine, and he's like, don't break my machine. Of course, man boy. So Daredevil goes to take out the henchmen and the goons. Right? And She-Hulk just walks up to the Tailor Man, sets him free, and is trying to give legal advice to Leapfrog. While Daredevil is admitted, the scenes look brilliant with Daredevil, choreographed brilliantly. The issue is, surely Leapfrog would have said, all right, this is over, because he was shocked that She-Hulk was helping Daredevil. But anyway, surely by this time Leapfrog would have said, all right guys, stand down, this is a mess up. But no, for some reason, the henchmen carry on fighting for Daredevil to smash them all up. And basically, She-Hulk then walks up, releases the Tailor Man.
Eugene, let me give you some legal advice. Stop, now!
And giving legal advice. And during the time that Daredevil's fighting, he's still giving She-Hulk a run for her money, because he's like, yo, you need to do this. So they decide that they're going to basically plead a lapse in judgment, plead insanity. Why not?
Sort of mania.
Temporary insanity is murky, but it's not a bad strategy.
So anyway, Leapfrog then jumps out the window. Why? They know his identity, they know who he is, they know where he is, they've got all the evidence that they need, they've got the witnesses, they've just released the Tailor Man. So why jump out the window to escape? Don't know, but we're just gonna do it anyway. So he jumps out the window, breaks his legs. Scene over. Police are there, questioning the Tailor Man. You know what I mean? Oh, sorry. She-Hulk goes up to the Tailor Man and says, will you make my dresses? I need my dresses. So She-Hulk's more concerned about her dresses than anything else.
So, you'll make my gala dress?
Yes, of course, I'm not a monster.
And basically then it's like, yeah, fine. Okay, excellent. Why not? He'll make her dresses. Especially the gala dress for her Lawyer of the Year.
You didn't tell me you were nominated for Female Lawyer of the Year?
He agrees that he's going to make the gala dress, right? And then he says, don't get bloated. you're making a suit that changes from small to big. It's stretchy.
Try not to get too bloated between now and then.
Why would it make a difference if she put a little bit of weight on? Does She-Hulk even put weight on? Don't know. It's written so bad. Well, wrote so bad. I say written, it's wrote. My English is terrible. So then it cuts to She-Hulk and Daredevil on the roof talking. Ugh. And basically, Daredevil schools her again.
And you were the woman who caused excessive property damage. And you still can't get that math right.
So She-Hulk was like stealth really, because they're sat on the roof talking, and basically he's like, well, you know, destruction of property. So a lawyer going around destroying all the property is not a very good lawyer, because surely she knows that that is destruction of property and is illegal and will cost money. Someone's got to pay for this. On her salary, can she afford to keep paying for smashing up parking lots, for throwing people's cars, destroying several cars? Can she keep afford to paying this? I very much doubt it. That's probably why she said earlier, I only do rich clients, because she needs to pay for all the damages she keeps causing. I mean, look at the wedding. She's trashed the wedding place. She just keeps trashing everything. And it's like, she has full control of what she does when she becomes Hulk. She's got no excuse whatsoever. So anyway, they say, when do you leave? You know, and he's like, I'll leave tomorrow. And basically, next time I come here, maybe we could go for dinner. And Jen, being the whore that she is, says,
Take you out to dinner.
Yeah, or maybe we could skip all of that and just...
let's skip dinner. So we end up in her apartment, Daredevil and Jen go and do the hanky-panky. Why not? Why not? So it's the morning and we see Daredevil doing the walk of shame.
Morning.
We've established earlier in the court scene that people's identities must remain a secret. He must remain unseen, only when he's fighting the villains. And he's walking home in broad daylight in the morning, shoeless, for some reason, walking in the Daredevil costume through the streets.
By the way, there's some guy outside dressed in a devil costume, and he's doing the walk of shame.
What idiot wrote that? Don't think about it. Just consume. Jesus. Then we get to another stupid scene.
Seriously, what is this scene? This episode already came to a very satisfying conclusion.
Right. So it tags on the end. Oh, it feels like it should be over. The assistant walks in and says about, you know, we've got to go to the gala. Right? It doesn't make sense, because they must have forgot that they had to put the gala scene in, or they've just tacked it onto the end of this when it should have been finished to extend the episode a little bit longer. So someone's messed up somewhere. But anyway, Jen makes the references several times that the show should have been over by now and that they've just tacked on another scene.
Wait, we're doing the gala? That doesn't feel right. Oh, just like a tacked on set piece?
We can blatantly, honestly see this. We know. We're not stupid. Not like you being a lawyer. So we tack on the gala scene where, you know, lawyer of the year, she gets out of a car and starts walking to the gala, right? Do you know what it reminded me of? You remember Princess Fiona in Shrek? When, you know, flicking of the hair and all that. That's what it reminds me of. So there's several Shrek references in this, because they've done it a few times. But anyway, she walks in and her parents are there, and her parents are proud of her. You're going to get cold. You know, do you want a jacket? Do you want my jacket? Because his jacket will fit, of course. We're just stupid, dumb white male. you know, corrected by the mother.
You didn't bring a jacket. What if you get cold?
She can wear mine, Elaine. We are so proud of you.
Thank you. Your jacket won't fit her, Morris.
She has to correct him. And then they go to their table, and, well, before they get to the table, after the parents, they talk to the parents, the specimen man's there, Todd. Why is he there? I don't know. It's a lawyer thing for the lawyers, not the people that pay the lawyer firm. So why he's there, I don't know. But anyway, it is what it is. So then, there's a misogynist joke by the announcer.
And doing everything regular lawyers do, except backwards and in high heels.
Saying, female lawyers do it backwards, because, you know, they wear high heels. And it's just such, you can tell, you know, feminists don't know how to write jokes. Why would a male say that? A male wouldn't say that. A woman wouldn't even say that. It's like, you know, he would have wrote a speech, yeah, and it would have been praising these people, not because of their gender, but for being a lawyer, for doing a good job. These are the top of the top lawyer firm, the lawyers in the city. But more on this in a minute. So why would you do a misogynistic joke like that? There's no need for it. But we need to make white people look bad in every instance that we can. So we have to throw in this misogynist joke in there. Why not? They announced the winner. And it's She-Hulk. But wait, there's more. So She-Hulk stands up like, yay! And then he starts rattling off all different names. We have an Asian woman.
So special and empowering. I love it.
And then a black woman, Mallory. Mallory wins, who, quite honestly, a mixed bag, this woman now. So she actually does her job well. But again, you know, anyway. So it seems to be every female lawyer in the city has won Lawyer of the Year. Lawyer is a singular word, not lawyers. But it seems to be that the lawyers have won the prize for being Female Lawyer of the Year. You can see how bad this writing is. So we do like a Miss Universe speech, and Mallory's like, well, because I'm black and female, no one seems, you know, I have to work twice as hard because nobody notices me.
Twice the work, half the recognition, and you're constantly being asked what it's like being a female lawyer.
And it's like, yeah, of course, whatever. So then it gets to, through all the women doing a speech about how they, you know, Miss Universe. And then it gets to She-Hulk and she's like, I'd like to thank my parents. And then all of a sudden, everything goes weird. And then there's a porno. I shit you not. There's a porno of Jen having sex on the screen in an intelligentsia. The people that she said, don't worry about them, and got no interest in them, but obviously, you know, here they are, they've infiltrated Lawyer of the Year, they've infiltrated it, they've showed Jen having sex on the screen. Why? I don't know. Anyway, we don't want to see that shit. But anyway, she then gets mad and punches the TV screen. The room goes dark and is flashing red, right? I don't know whether they're trying to do like a Kill Bill moment here or what. But anyway, if this is like an emergency, surely people would need lighting to get out of the building. But no, it's fine. So everybody rushes out. She turns around. She's like, I'm mad. And then basically there's a guy that looks like he's got a mask on or something. It's not exactly clear as to who this person is. It's just a random person. It looks like he's just got a scarf over his face, right? She runs up to him, grabs him. She goes to attack him, right? So by this time, she's chased him, he's run outside, right? So she's run outside, she's gripped him up and is about to smash him, yeah? She doesn't know who this guy is. She doesn't know whether this guy is involved or not. She just grabs him. And then basically there's a tactical squad there ready to take her down. Where did this tactical squad come from? Don't know. The Abomination, when his thing went off, did they have a squad ready? Nope. It'll be fine. Just send a weak white man with She-Hulk. So again, why? So somehow, magically, this assault squad is tactically teleported to the front. And here we go. The end. So again, there's ups and downs with this. The scenes with Daredevil fighting and scenes with Daredevil in it are great. The TV series is called She-Hulk, and again, Daredevil completely smokes her when it comes to everything. To being a lawyer, to being a superhero, to having common sense. He completely destroys the previous 7 episodes because he's so much better. Not because he's a male, just because how he was written. You know what I mean? So take note. This is how you kind of write a decent character. I mean, the Daredevil series is excellent. Up to a point. But again, She-Hulk is a disaster. And it takes Daredevil to completely smash her out. And it's like, have they not seen this? Have they not seen how ridiculous Daredevil makes She-Hulk look? So Daredevil has made She-Hulk look like an absolute imbecile when it comes to being a lawyer. He makes her look like an absolute imbecile when it comes to being a superhero. So why did you make She-Hulk? Why? It just seems to be to chuck in a feminist agenda. I would love to have seen the comic book version of She-Hulk. How amazing is She-Hulk in the comics? So not only have you ruined She-Hulk, which was to, it's to be expected. We have to make everybody a Mary Sue, but she ain't even a Mary Sue. She's just fucking useless. So we've made Wongers look like an idiot. We've made every male in this show look like an idiot. We've shown that She-Hulk is nothing but a whore, that she's a useless lawyer, and that basically has no kind of any lawyer skills whatsoever. And 8 episodes so far. The show is still garbage. And there's a big emphasis on, is next week the finale? Oh, thank God for that. At least it's over.
Is next episode the finale?
So anyway, I'm gonna stop now. I ain't got the strength to continue. I mean, the fact that she's shocked that it's the finale next week, I'm more excited that this is the finale because it's over. Who knows where this is gonna go? She-Hulk is nothing but a narcissistic feminist who wants to destroy all men, who to a core is evil. As a lawyer is useless, as a superhero does nothing but commit crime constantly by destruction of public property, assaulting men constantly. And why? Don't know. But anyway, please support my channel in any way you can. We've got one more episode to go. Let's get through this. Let's do this. Anyway, please like, share and subscribe. Ta-da.